Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are doing a blog hop for ScrapnStamp. It is the May Floral Frenzy blog hop, and I'm very excited to be looking at some florals. We have had a lot of snow in Calgary here, and we're in for some more this weekend, and I just want to be in my garden. So this is kind of a way to sate that floral appetite of mine that I have, and we'll get started here with our card. I'm going to be using the Rustic Wildflowers stamp set from My Favorite Things, and it's a really great simple layering set. Now, don't let the simplicity of the set fool you. You can totally create some amazing custom backgrounds and florals for any card or scene that you want to create. I like that they're really easy to layer together. Now I'm also using a ton of distress inks, and I will have those linked on the blog, so go ahead and click down below to head over to the blog. There will also be a chance to win a $50 gift certificate from ScrapnStamp, so make sure that you head through all the blogs and leave some comments for our fantastic design team. So like I said, a ton of distress inks are used today, and I'm just going to quickly list off a few of them that I've used. I started out with the dried marigold, the spiced marmalade, and the ripe persimmon for that first flower. The next flower I'm using scattered straw and squeezed lemonade, I believe. Then I'll also be using wild honey. Then I will be using worn lipstick abandoned coral for one of the tulips. Then for the greenery, I'm using crushed olive, forest moss, shabby shutters. I just love those three greens. They're just, I love how that they look layered together. And then I'll also be using spun sugar and picked raspberry, along with the frayed burlap. Now the frayed burlap I use to fill in some of that white space that I have in between my flowers with the little stamen dot stamp. You'll see it here when I do it. But this stamp set also has a coordinating die set. And it's really odd that I didn't use this, because I have been die cutting and embossing all the things lately because my amazing husband bought me the Gemini Junior die cutting machine. The Crafter's Companion Gemini Junior die cutting machine. This thing is amazing, you guys. I have struggled lately with my hands. I have arthritis in my hands, and I haven't been able to use my crank die cutting machine, so I wasn't doing a lot of die cutting or embossing, which was really sad. But now I am embossing and die cutting all the things. So if you have it in your budget, or if you can put it on your wish list, I definitely recommend it. It is slick as snot to run those dies through on that amazing machine. So a great big thank you, honey, for that. And yeah, my birthday was over Easter. Actually, it was on Easter Sunday, and unfortunately our house was hit with a horrible flu, so I like to call it Pukapalooza 2019 at my house, and I spent the entire weekend, including my birthday, cleaning up after the cat, the kids. It was just, it was too much, and yeah, it was like 4 days of nasty flu-like symptoms from all. And so when this arrived at my door on Tuesday, I was so pleasantly surprised, and it made the whole awful weekend worth it. So yes, thank you, dear. Alright, so moving back to the card here, I want to, like I said, fill in that negative space with those little dots there, and I'm using that frayed burlap. And then I I embossed with the Cricut Cuttlebug gingham embossing folder here, just onto some white cardstock. And I will adhere that down with some adhesive and then trim off the excess there. Now typically I use my trimmer that has the wire guide, but I find that with textured papers or embossed papers, it actually can rip and tear a little bit. The little slider doesn't like the texture. So the guillotine trimmer works really well for these textured or embossed papers. Now I looked through my stash and I had one Mother's Day stamp, sentiment stamp. And I didn't like it for this at all. It didn't go. So I decided to pull out my silhouette machine, as I didn't even have any die cuts that would work for this. So I pulled up my silhouette machine and I just cut out some letters here to create my own mom sentiment, and I cut each letter 3 times and then layered them together just to add some dimension to that. And then what I'll do is I'll run these letters through my Xyron sticker maker here. This is a great tool to have, as well as it adds like a really nice strong adhesive to the back. If I was thinking a bit more, I might have actually done it through my larger Xyron and done a larger piece of cardstock and then cut it out, but this worked better for me. I'm using my bone folder here just to really burnish down that adhesive material onto the back, and sometimes I find you get little strings, so just going around the edges and making sure that it adheres down and I don't get too much adhesive strings, as I like to call them. I'm just cleaning it up here with my little spatula knife. So going ahead and I will lay those down on top of that gingham embossed piece there, and that adhesive works really well on textured papers. And definitely a must-have for these sticky pieces is some reversible tweezers. I find that works really well to lay those in place nicely. Then the next step I am going to do here is I will, what did I do? Oh yeah, I discovered, when I was cleaning my craft room, I discovered my ribbon. I have a few products that I have kind of lost along the way and haven't used for a while, so I thought I would bring some ribbon back out that I found and bring it into my project. And what I really like about this ribbon is there is adhesive already on the back of it, so that makes things quite simple for me. So I'll simply just trim this ribbon up here and remove the release paper and lay it down and wrap the ribbon around. So I'm just laying it on where those 2 pieces join, so you don't see that kind of join line there. Press that down. And then I wanted to add a little more interest to it, so I added some gel pen to the flowers, as well as some little white dots to the mom die cut piece itself. And then from here, I love how that looks, coordinated really well with that ribbon. So added a few gel accents onto those pens onto the flowers, and then I'm using some strong score tape here to adhere that panel onto a top folding card. And there you have it. That finishes my Floral Frenzy Mother's Day card for today. I hope you enjoyed today's card. Hit that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to hop along. You could have that chance to win a $50 gift certificate. Thanks so much for joining me, and I hope you all have a fantastic day, and we'll see you next time.